in Cabo strip. We're at Auto Roy, which are pretty reasonable used second-hand cars, and we're going to show you what the prices are on the second-hand market. And before we go and show you these cars, right at the end, I'm going to tell you what you can do if you don't like paying these prices in Spain. So we're going to show you what you're going to be paying for a second-hand car here in Spain. For an example here, we've got a Corsa, and yeah, it's pretty old, and it's got 63,000 kilometers on the clock, and it's a 1.2 automatic. And I don't know what you think it's going to be costing you back where you come from, but I know back in the UK for a similar car, I mean, new is going to cost you between 18,000 and 29,000 depending on the model. But for this one here, if you was to buy it in the UK, you'll pick it up for around 2,000 euros. But here in Spain, for a Corsa automatic, a 1.2, they're asking 7,000 euros. 2008 model, so yeah, 17 years old, 7 grand. But I've seen one for £900 on a manual. £900. So for an auto, they're asking 7,000 for a 2008. Well, a 2008 in the UK on a manual will cost you £900. 2016 model Citroen here, automatic, low mileage for Spain because it could be ragged, but they're asking for 10 grand. Unbelievable, isn't it, eh? This is the prices you're going to be paying here in Spain. If you're after a little automatic here, a little Kia here, I mean, it's only a small little car. January 2016 model, and they want 11 grand. Yes, 11 grand for one of these. If you're after car of the week here in Spain, we've got one here. This is a car of the week, special price, and it's a Honda 1.4. It's got 62,000 kilometers on the clock, and they're asking for 4 grand. And yeah, 2007 model. 2007 model. Yeah, and they're asking for 4 grand. I found another car of the week as well, so yeah, there's bargains, if this is what you call a bargain. 2006 Peugeot 206. And yeah, they're asking for 2,400. One is having a nice polish up and a clean. Yeah, it's a Dacia Duster. And it's got 64,000 miles on the clock, or shall I say 102 kilometers, 1,000 on the clock, and they're asking for 10 grand. Yep, 10 grand. It was built in 2016, 1.6, and it's petrol, of course. And so yeah, for Dacia Duster, 10 grand, you can pick the same car up in the UK for literally around 4 grand with the same mileage. So yeah, if you think some of the prices are expensive here, or you check out all the dealers around here, and you're going to be very, very similar with prices. But the good thing about Cabo here, the bloke speaks English, they all speak English, and they'll help you out as much as possible. And we've got an Honda here, and they're asking for 6,000 euros for a Honda in Spain. Yeah, and it's not new, 2009. So yeah, it's crazy prices, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. And it's got 121,000 on the clock as well. Believe it or not, I've done a search in the UK, and you can pick up the same car with the same mileage for 950. Literally 5 grand cheaper. And the good thing is about Auto Roy and Cabo Roy, the cars are low mileage, where most of these other car sales places you go, they're literally over 200,000. Of course, going to be a lot more money, isn't it? We've got a Peugeot here on a 1.4, the year 2014. It's got 82,000 kilometers on the clock, and they want nearly 4 grand. I'm not being funny. I've seen a similar car here, a newer car as well, same sort of mileage, 2010 model, and I've seen it for 2.5 grand in the UK. So yeah, that's Auto Roy, Cabo Roy strip. A lot of low mileage, but you can see the prices you're going to pay. And right next door, you've got another dealer. Of course, if you buy a car from one of these dealers, Auto Roy, wherever in Spain, they will sort out the transfer the ownership. Like I said, it's very important that you do that, because you'll end up with the previous owner's bills, debts, car fines. And it all depends on the value of the car. If it's a really old car, it only costs you €160, but it goes by the age, the newer the car, so it could go up to 300, 400, 500, 600 euros. But it has to be done. In England, of course, you just sign the logbook and send it off with the new owner. Here, it's all done properly. It's all done at a jester's office. But buying off from one of these dealers, they'll sort all that out for you, all in the price. Yeah, we're just going to go next door, literally, and show you these prices, and you can have a look for yourself. That one there, they're asking for 30 grand on a 2016 car here. So yeah, check it out yourself how much it's going to cost you in England for these sort of cars. Automatic Beamer here, 13.5 grand diesel. It's got 180,000 on the clock, and that's kilometres. You can see in Auto Select here in Cabo, Roig, they're all pretty newish cars, but there are a lot of car dealers around with the older cars, and you get the cars for around 4,000 or 5,000, but literally you'd be pushing them along the street and they've had about 200,000 on the clock. Same again, this Beamer, 87,000 kilometres on the clock, and they want, yeah, as you can see, on a 2016 model, which is 9 years old, they want nearly 13 grand. If you don't want to pay these prices, what you're paying here in Spain for these cars, there is another option you can do, of course, and don't have to pay these prices. You can do what like we done when we come over here. First of all, we bought one of these cars and fell into the big trap. So if you're not happy with these prices, as you can see there, look at that, 22,300. You check out how much that's going to cost back in the UK on a 23 model. So you're literally going to save yourself thousands. And the reason how you're going to save yourself thousands, you don't buy a car here in Spain, you import a car. And this is what it's going to cost you to import a car in Spain. Your custom duty on a car in Spain, and that's your tax, your IVA we call it in Spain. This is what you're going to be paying if you do decide to go the cheapest way is bring a car into Spain. There's plenty of companies that actually do the transfer of the lights and the import tax, the IVA, they sort everything out for you, and you can just put a Google search in the internet for area you're in and you will find out that all these areas in Spain, they do all these importing for you. There's specialist companies that actually do it. So you're going to have to pay the import tax, and if you want to know what that is, it's around about 10% of the value of the vehicle. So if your vehicle is an expensive one, it's going to cost you 10% just for the tax alone. And it's going to be 21% of your custom tax, and that is the value of the vehicle. So whatever the vehicle's worth, you're going to be paying 21%. Then, of course, you've got to register it. So there's another tax you have to pay, and that's a registration tax that you have to pay here in Spain as well. And yeah, it's all expense, I know, but it still works out a lot cheaper than paying this kind of money for these kind of cars here in Spain. So yeah, the registration tax does vary, and it's a lot of reasons why it varies between 0 and 15.9%. And it all depends on the emissions, the CO2, and of course how much the vehicle is worth. A yay or a nay for importing cars in Spain? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. And by the way, if you don't want to buy a car or import a car and you're here on holiday, or you've got a second home and you want to rent a car, make sure you don't get scammed, because there's a lot of scams out there on car rentals. So make sure you watch this video. And if you found this video useful, you can always buy me a coffee below. Hasta luego.